Well, the dolls told me they wanted to have a campfire because they want to have one more outing before school starts. So we're making a campfire this week. Stay tuned and see how fun and easy this project is. Alright, so we're going to start making our campfire by working on our base. This is just one of those little tea lights. They come in different sizes and slightly different shapes depending on where you get them. But they have a switch on the bottom and there's access to a battery down here. So we need to be able to get to these and not have this fall through our base. For the base for our fire, I'm just using one of these round plates that you get at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to draw around. I'm going to put this in the middle, kind of eyeball it. Doesn't have to be exact. It's fine. And we are going to trace around this. Then we're going to hold this in place. We can have that and that and that. Because we just want access to those. We need some of the plastic hanging on under this to help support the tea light in the middle. We're going to take a sharp craft knife, and it will need to be sharp, and you'll need to be really careful. This is one for adults to do. If you can come up with a safer way to do this, be sure and let me know, because this is the only thing I could think of to make a hole in the bottom of this. It's okay if it cracks a little bit. I had one of these plates break entirely in half trying to do this. No, we don't want that. I think I'm going to turn the camera off. It's going to take me a while to get this cut out. When I get it cut out, I'll come right back. Alright, I got it out. I only have one crack, so that's fine. We're going to position this so that we can get to all our spots that we need to get to. And I have a hot glue gun here. We're just going to tack this down with the hot glue. And yes, this is my hot glue gun that if it gets too hot, it actually smokes or steams or whatever. Kind of scared of this hot glue gun. Alright, it doesn't matter which direction it goes down, just so all of those parts are accessible. And we are going to glue this down pretty securely. And now it's time to put some ground under this. I tried making one of these without, just with the plate, and it just didn't look right. So I decided I'm going to do sand, and then we'll paint it. So I've just got some white sand, because that's what I had. If you have gray, that would be great. I have sand it's that stuff that's made to go in cactuses, in potted cactuses, in the pots, and some Mod Podge. I'm just going to mix this together. There's no science to measuring this. You're just going to make it till it's goopy. We're making kind of a, it's going to look kind of like concrete. Like the, you know, when you pour concrete, it's going to look kind of like that, I'm thinking. I don't know if I'm going to need all of this or more or less or what I'm going to need. I have no idea. I'm going to spread this around in here. And don't worry about it being white. I'm going to paint this here in a little bit when this gets dry. Yeah, it looks like we need a little more. So scoop that with. Get some more mixed up. I'm trying to work kind of quickly because I want to put our rocks in while this is still wet. And you could probably use like a thin white glue in place of Mod Podge. I have Mod Podge. I don't have any thin, like, you know, like Elmer's glue or something like that would probably work. I wouldn't use tacky glue. I think that would be, number one, too thick, and number two, it costs a lot more money. But this will disguise our bottom of our container, and it will also help to hold everything together and make everything stronger. Coming up here. Alright, now, my glue gun back. I have a bunch of rocks. I literally went out in my driveway yesterday and gathered up rocks. Because our dolls are going to be good campers, and they're going to put rocks around their fire pit. And I just have no confidence that the Mod Podge and sand mixture will hold these rocks. I wish I had river rocks, but I didn't have any. All the rocks in our driveway are these like irregular shaped. Round rocks would be really cool looking, but I didn't want to wait till I got to town to do this. I want to get the video done today. Well, I was going to get the video done yesterday, but that didn't happen. I'm getting really close to the end of my stick of hot glue here. I'm hoping I have enough to finish. Come on, go in there. It's like 2 more. All right, now this all needs to set up. When this is set up, I'll come back, we'll do some painting, and we will get ready to put our fire over our fire pit. All right, now this is sat for 24 hours and it's still not completely dry, but we are going to proceed. I'm going to start with some kind of a pale brown paint. Let's see what I've got. I can put this on. This is Cocoa from Americana. You just want to base coat it with a brown, and then we're going to put some grays and blacks over the top of that. So I'm going to start. Try not to get it on the rocks very much if I can. And I'm going to have to go find a skinnier paintbrush for some of this. So, probably not the most exciting video, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off. I'm going to finish painting this everywhere except the rocks. I'm not going to do the rocks. I'm going to actually even paint the base of this light a little bit. I want to get it so it's not white in the middle. So when I get this paint on and dry, I'll come back and we'll do the next step. Alright, so this is pretty much dry. The brown is almost dry, not quite. So I went to my craft paint and I grabbed some black paint. And I have dishes, like an old cat food or dog food or something came in that. I have some Bridgeport gray. I just grabbed a combination of the black and then a couple of grays. I've got rain gray. These colors may or may not still be available. I don't know. They're just what I had. The point is you can use black and any grays you want. All we're going to do is we're going to make it look like there's soot. And I'm going to kind of dry brush. And like I got some brown on my rocks, so I'm going to kind of dry brush this. I'm going to take some gray and I'm not cleaning my brush between, I'm just painting. Because remember, when you have a campfire or any kind of fire in a fireplace, whatever, it gets soot and stuff all over everything. I wanted the brown for a dirt base that kind of shows through, but I want some variation in color here. And if you hear my son in the background, he's on Skype with his buddies playing who knows what game. They're playing something on Steam, so they get a little loud. I asked him to be quiet, but a 16-year-old boy's version of quiet and yours and mine seem to be two entirely different decibel levels. I don't think 16-year-old boys know how to be quiet. He's good most of the time. They get carried away. And their school's going to be starting pretty soon, so they got to get the rest of their gaming in before they have schoolwork to do. Let's see, I missed the brown on the light a little bit, so I'm just going over it. And you just want randomness here. You don't want any one color. I don't want the black or any of the grays to be predominant, although the light beam casing being black is probably good. Okay, now I think I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to let this paint dry, and I'm going to go out and cut some branches. I have some branches that fell off the tree last winter, and they're kind of stacked up over on the side of the yard. You're going to want some branches that are dried out, and because fresh branches will have pitch in them, and that would make a mess. I'm going to go find some dead branches, and when this paint's dry, we will put our fire together. Alright, so this is what this looks like so far. Pretty dang cool, if you ask me. Now, if I can get this under camera, I went out in my yard, went out to the pile of branches we've been cutting off the trees over the last several months. They're not as dry as I would like, but they'll be okay. I'm going to start with a branch with a V in it. And kind of guesstimate how tall I want this. I'm going to cut it down. A little short. I've got branch all over my floor. Let's see what we got here. And first, I like to, just like with a real fire, I'm going to use this to kind of prop everything up and kind of build on it. I'm using hot glue for this because I want something that's going to set up pretty quickly. And you'll have to work fairly quick so that your glue doesn't dry on you before you get your sticks into it. So a little bit. For some reason my clippers have decided not to work right today. Alright, so my card on my camera got full, so Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue to take these sticks, and I'm not going to record every moment of this. I just want to have you see me get started, and then I'm going to turn the camera off and kind of do this. But just going to continue to fill this in, and when I get this all filled in with sticks, I'll come back and we'll see how it looks. Alright, I've got these on. My glue is not dry, not hardened up yet. I will probably hit this with my heat gun once everything's dried up to get rid of the little glue strings. And I will get some photos of this, but I don't know if you can see it. I'll see if I can turn the light on, since that's kind of the idea. But there, yeah, video is not going to show up really well right now. You can kind of see it. You get the idea. I will this done. I think we are going to hit some of these with some black paint. Yeah, so I'm going to let this glue set up so that this is hard. I don't want to move it around too much because it's still got some give to it. I'm going to let that happen, and in the meantime I'm going to get my black paint and my brush, and we're going to add just a touch of black paint to some of these sticks. I think that'll be kind of cool. So I'll be right back. Alright, so let's just do a little bit of dry brushing of some black paint here. Nothing too much. I just want to kind of get these looking a little less new. There. And I'm also going to kind of dab some black paint down on the hot glue that I can, because the hot glue is shiny and we don't want it shiny down there. Oh, excuse me. Our area has been really smoky the last couple of weeks, and the smoke is gone. I'm still coughing from it. Okay, so there we go. This just needs to set up now, and then I can do some photos of it. Alright, I thought I would come back in here with no video lights on so that maybe you can see a little bit more about how this looks lit up. It's hard with the video, and I couldn't really get a picture of it either. I hope you enjoyed today's project. Be sure and check the blog post, and be sure and find us on Facebook. And come again next week and see what we make then.